Hello again. Today with Grzesiek Linkiewicz and Mateusz Żurawski we prepared next material how to solve such problem of the fixation element of our shaft. You remember that project, it was some preliminary project of the powertrain system. Here we have gear, here we have the bevel gear, floating support, pin support, and as you see, that elements are not fixed on our shaft. It means that there isn't anything which prevents on the moves of the elements on our shaft. That is why today I will show you how to make fixation of some elements of our shaft. And today we will use some kind of this flange sleeve, or even better, we will use some kind of the flange. It will be some simple element, some kind of the disc with the hole inside. It means our element will look like that. It is a view. I will show that thing in the half view, half section. Of course, center line. Of course, edges should be heavy. That is why I make it heavy. And if we are talking about the half view, it will look like that. Contour, something like that, contour, hole inside, and some really small chamfers to make the mounting of that thing easier. Okay, it means that here we have such element, such disc with the hole. And using that thing and using the simple screw, I mean the hexagonal bolt, we will be able to fix some element, for example, bearing or gear on our shaft. It means that that element plus, sorry, it isn't good way, it will be our head of our hexagonal bolt. We remember hyperbolas, center line of the whole element, and the core of the screw. Of course, now we have only something which is similar to the pin. That is why I have to introduce the thread. Okay, and using that element, using our disc, and using threaded hole into shaft, we will be able to fix, for example, that gear, or to fix those two bearings. Okay, because last time I showed you how to fix the gear, now today we will fix that two bearings. And of course, because it will be put at the end of our element, we are able to use that solution only at ends of our shaft. Okay, let's start with our case. Okay, it means that we will have to, sorry, I need to remove that line. Up, okay, and I have to remove that dots. Okay, let's start with center line. Let's start with our bearings. Okay, and like last time, first I will start only with bearings. Next, we will remove unnecessary line because it will be easier to figure out what's going on with that kind of the method of fixing of our element. Okay, here we have the pair of the bearings. We remember about the axis of that, I mean the line of the acting of our forces and bearing, and of course hatching and hatching with the opposite inclination, something like that. And of course, because here we have the hole inside our bearings, here we have the vertical lines here, I mean the radial lines. Okay, and now we will draw our shaft. And look, guys, first thing, for example, according to our project, on the left side, we will provide some extra step with bigger diameter, and that step prevents on any movement along the lateral direction of, I mean the radial axial direction of the shaft, but only on the left side. It means that on the left side, our system is fixed. Now we have to fasten somehow the right-hand side. Okay, and for that, because we need to ensure some clearance between that disc and the screw and the shaft, this time we will make the shaft a little bit shorter. Okay? It means that by the blue line, we have the shaft is given. I mean the contour of the shaft is given. Next thing, of course, it will be to remove the unnecessary lines. Of course, shaft will hide that lines. That is why I remove that line to that area. Okay, next step. Next step, it will be provide our disc which will prevent of any movement if we are talking about the right side of our system. Okay, let's use again black line, of course heavy line, and as you remember, it will look like that. Because it will be some kind of the assembly drawing, there isn't any need of draw that in the section. That is why I draw that in the view. It will be easier and faster. Okay, here we have our disc. This disc prevents, I mean this disc fixed somehow our bearing system. Of course, now it isn't possible to provide that fastening because now this disc is free. And that is why I will use our screw which was mentioned previous. Okay, and it means that I will provide our screw, and here we have important thing, because for make the proper screw connection, we have to remember about the washer, okay? And this time we will provide the spring washer because it's the typical solution. Spring washer look like that. It is some kind of the washer, I mean really thin disc with some small gap, and it works like or acts like a spring and prevents somehow of the unscrew the whole connection. Okay, let's draw our spring washer, and because it's only half of our drawing, I will draw only one line connected with that gap. Okay, what next? Next element, it will be the screw. Okay, I will draw the head of the screw, of course, and here we have our head of the screw. We remember that it will be chamfered, I mean on the edge, and of course we have to draw the hyperbolas to show that it's a hexagon. I mean it's a hexagonal cuboid with the chamfer, and now we have the drawing of the head of the boat. That boat keep somehow the disc and the whole system in the rest position. And look, here we have some empty area. It is the empty space, and generally the part of our boat will be visible because that ball will be, like in case of our screw connection, will be screwed in to the shaft. That is why in that area I will have to draw the part of our boat. Here we have the core, and by light line I will show thread. Important thing, look, the washer is bigger than the diameter of core? It's obvious, because in our washer we have some hole. And using such simple solution, we can fix 2 bearings or 1 bearing or gears on our shaft. What is really important, we have to remember to ensure some clearance here, because look, if there won't be any clearance here, it is possible that we will compress the shaft, not the bearing system. It means that if there won't be any clearance, it is possible that the clearance will be between bearing and the disc. Okay guys, it's all. Thank you for your attention. See you next time.